Right. We live now, y'all. Look here. We just gonna get our little 5 minutes to chop it up and BSing around while we wait on the 8 o'clock hour and a couple folks to get on and join us. And got a couple of cigar talk before we get to Stoney and Stoney and see what's going on with doggone Chicago. Man, I had the opportunity to talk to oh my God, Trabella Cigars, Erica. Yeah, she told me she vending Saturday, right?
Yep, she'll be up here.
So I told her as soon as I get out there, and I set up, I'm gonna have her sit with me one day, me and Vanita and co-host, give her an opportunity for some fame.
you know she's from Chicago, so that's her coming back home.
Oh man, I know, and if she's on, shout out to her and her husband. He lost his mother, so God bless. Prayers up to them. So yeah, so she's a trooper. She's looking forward to it, and then got to be right back in Chicago on the next week. So yeah, much prayer to her, man. So yeah, so we are looking forward to talking about a couple of great things that's going on in the cigar world, cigar industry. Got Mr. Power to the people over here. I gotta let y'all check out the. Can y'all see it?
That's dope.
Yeah, nice. To the people. There you go.
That damn shirt too small though.
Yeah. Well,
I put that joint on. You better see my blood pressure.
That's your shirt.
The most of it bad. I was like,
he ain't even 5'3", so I was looking at it. But then when he came over here today, I said,
5'3".
I thought the dude was a gremlin, but he actually about as tall as an elf. Yeah.
That's funny.
So don't be surprised when that fire back.
Oh, he ready for it too. He ready for it too. Yeah, he ready.
He lost his teeth in the dice game.
I sure ain't got him in either. I sure don't have that. Yeah, that's right though. Yeah. Well, look here, we got about 45 more seconds. We're gonna officially open up, and we're gonna switch it around the room.
Get some raw.
See what's up with everybody. Yeah. Right. Well, we got
Vanita.
More people on YouTube. Vanita, yeah, she's 18 wheeling it today, and doing her thing. And all right, House, we got you back, man. We got you back. Yeah. So look here, it is now 8 o'clock hour. We want to officially welcome you to the Smoking Jacket broadcast, where this particular segment we're going to talk about all roads leading to Chicago Cigar Week. But in the meantime and in between time, Sister Cheryl, the analyst, what's going on in your world?
Heat. A little humid here in Florida. A little humid. But it's busy. Shout out to Josh Brown for the grand opening of the Cigar Box Orlando. It is a beautiful lounge. So if you're down here, holla at me, pull up, check it out. Great turnout. And this weekend, I am going to sneak over and shout out to Sanford GTG. This will be year number 3 for them. And then I'm doing a little something else in another city. And then next week, I will be at Pink Smoke in Miami.
Okay. Now, which smoke is that?
Pink. Brown Girl Economics is powering that event. So it's going to be dope. We're going to have on our pink finery, brown for the men, and we're going to be looking good with the tea.
Right. Well,
pink and brown.
Well, brother House, what's going on, man?
Busy, man. Busy week. Working 3 different proposals. So I've been heads down working. So trying to get these proposals out the door.
I understand, man. That's what money making people do, man. How's the what is it? Can't Get Right Lounge or what is it?
Stacker Lounge coming along. I'm still waiting for yeah.
You still waiting on what?
My poker table. Ordered a poker table, so I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
And I got TV I got to put in here.
So you don't play poker. So what's up with the poker table?
It's a combination table. You can flip it over, so it's like looks like a regular table.
Okay.
You flip it over, and you flip it over the other way, and it's a poker table. But I plan to learn how to play poker though.
You plan to learn? Well, yeah. I'm gonna teach you, and then I'm gonna come over and gamble with you.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I ain't playing for money until I learn it.
And on you playing, you ain't playing for money.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you. So I'm gonna hook him up though. I'm gonna hook him up. Texas Hold'em. One thing you don't want to do is learn how to play doggone come on, help me out, LB.
I'll play Dealer's Choice.
No. Well, see, but Dealer's Choice, you got, and I can't think of the game right now because you're dealing 7 cards and you.
7 cards.
No, not 7 cards. No, it ain't draw. You know what? It's gonna come to me. But hey, what's up, Adrian? It's gonna come to me, but I'm gonna get it. Man, I can't get it right now. But you know, when you get 2 or 3 different cards, it's gonna change the whole game. Adrian. Anyway, so yeah, Adrian, what's going on, girl? Always glad to see you on. So Jay Furry, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Getting ready to come your way on Saturday. I'll be in the Maryland area for this fishing tournament. So I leave Saturday morning. So I'll be there from Saturday to Friday. So I'll be in.
So you're coming in Saturday?
Yeah, I'll be in Ocean City on Saturday.
All right. So what time do you get here?
I probably won't. I'm flying into Philly and I got to go over to AC and get my guys set up over there. Once they all set, I'm gonna drive down to Ocean City. So it's like a 2-3 hour drive. They say so. Probably get there like around 7.
No, 2.5 from Philly.
Well, I'm coming from AC. So.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, if you're coming from AC, then it's gonna be about 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
You should be good. Yeah, but anyway, you know, because I was gonna get on the road and shoot that way, man. You know,
yeah, I'll be there. Hopefully by 7 o'clock, I should be down there. So once I get to AC, so I get to Philly like 9 o'clock in the morning. So.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll get that worked out, man. So we're gonna get ready to. So you know, before I get to Stoney, because I got to save him. That look. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Got sure. Well, we're gonna leave Stogie Life and we're gonna leave LB for Stoney to take care of that. But before I turn it over to Stoney, man. So you know, got some great news. You know, I talked to Susie Lit Torch, still the owner of the app Lit Torch. She just don't have it activated. But show what you think about the move. She went to Conscious Cigars.
Really?
You know, I love that.
Huh?
You know, Kevin is my people. I was just hanging with him Saturday, so
yeah.
I think it's 2 great people.
Yeah. I mean, so you know, she definitely is not the rep kind of person. I'm excited for the role that she's in because of her business mind and her promotion mind and the way that she does things. So it's great, you know. I talked to her earlier. She's excited to be back into the industry. And shout out to Kia for, you know, acknowledging and, you know, and shout out to Kevin for just making that bold move and making additions that will help enhance his business. So we're looking forward to having him on the 23rd, which is the 4th Sunday. Sure, did we have anything going on? Because we were trying to get Cigar Rockstar, but he won't be available till August. So
yeah, they're August. So I would say do it now, and then I'll confirm with.
We get that over with. Not something up, but yeah. So she's doing her thing with Conscious, and we're gonna see what's up with that, and what's going on, and so see how things are rolling out. So Jay Ferg just dropped off for a minute, but look here, and there's a couple other things we were talking about. You wouldn't know about that, but we got a couple of cigar lounges that we've been going to here out of state and doing our thing over there. And so I want to give a shout out to Cigar Sessions. I think one day me and Chester got to get up there and roll up there before I turn it over to him. I said Stoney, but I got to turn it over to him for a minute. But to get out there and probably see if we can get an earlier broadcast. I'll talk to Chester about that, see what we're going. But Chester, what's going on with you, man? With your power to the people south.
I am going to the Stilettos and Cigars event this Saturday, put on by my sister's the Phoenix chapter number 86 of Eastern Star. I'm going to support them this Saturday.
And that's, you said Cigars.
That's going to be at Tobacco Leaf.
Really?
I send you the link.
Yeah. He know my next question and what it was gonna be. I'll send you the link. Yeah, because I'm looking at him like, I'm looking at him. Hold on, right? I'm looking at him right here.
Jokers is always
looking at him right here.
Asking where you going, but he never tell you where he's going.
Hey man,
always asking, man, where you going?
Hey, you know
but
what?
He'll be on the boat calling you, talking about what you doing tonight.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
Posted. I saw you posted it, right? Smoking. You posted on your
Thank you.
But Chester,
cruddy ass.
Chester always got something going on.
Hey,
so no matter what I got going on, my little mid-level life is uncomparative to his. Okay,
you smell that?
Because
Chester, he is about them cigar streets for real.
Yeah. Chester.
They never say I'm busy. You trust me on that.
Is
no,
he?
Man.
Okay.
No man.
Yeah, I ain't got
Chester my backyard.
No,
like Stoney. Look at Stoney. He
in the backyard. I stay home. Yeah.
If I had a whole lot of money, I'd be like House with a whole house.
Man, House got a house. House got a house in a house.
You gonna have to put Cigar House.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, I had an interesting conversation earlier today. Not gonna name no names, but we were talking about the success and the failures of cigar lounges, particularly not just in this area. We were talking about it. we were talking about it in different areas. So let me just put this question out here before we get to our topic today. What do you think some of the successes and failures of cigar lounges opening and then going out of business? Anybody can chime in on that one at any given time. Jay Ferg, what's up?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you handle your business and your customer service is where it's supposed to be, I think you'll be fine. But I don't see it. Down here, I can't.
You went quiet, Jay.
Most of the lounges here have been around for a long time.
Jay Ferg, you went. There you go. Okay, you went dark for a minute, man.
We lost you a little bit, Jay.
You went dark.
No, I was saying I don't. At least down here, I don't see a whole lot of lounges closing. We just had one close recently. What's the name of the place? God damn, Blue Smoke. They've been around for about a year and a half or so. But
they closed. You couldn't even remember the name. That's why they closed. You couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, they closed because they had an issue that the landlord pretty much raised the rent on the whole complex, and I guess they didn't want to partake in the higher rent, so they just shut it down. But normally lounges around here, they change ownership, but they stay going. Top Notch has been like on their third owner right now. They just keep trucking along, man. They keep surviving. So
yeah, man, and that's one of my biggest problems with just the venue of Cigars Only without the liquor license. I don't know. I keep preaching that, man, because unless you really are selling cigars and your retail traffic has to be, it has to be like, on 200. Well, you know what, hey Roosevelt, you know, and that's one of the conversations I had earlier today. Exactly what you are saying in regards to that. Owners practicing territorialism instead of working with each other. But you know, even to be honest with you, man, and even working with each other, there's still a competitive edge in there because the bottom line goal is to make money
Yeah, it's business.
and to pay that rent and to pay that lease and to pay your employees. So,
Exactly.
you know, it's almost a thing where I don't care how you put it and how you spend it, there ain't no loyalty in this game. When business is business. And the ideal of business is to stay open and to, you know,
And
so, you know,
kill
and
your competitors.
yeah, but, you know, unless you become innovative in that particular market to do and dare to do something different than what other people are doing, it just makes you the next, you know, thing that, you know, and I discussed this. You have a grand opening, yeah, people are gonna be nosy and they're gonna come to your grand opening and they're gonna do the thing. And, you know, once their intuition is, you know, cured, that, you know, they'll move on to the next, you know, you would have to have something very special to
Yeah.
grab people's attention for them to come because the thing about it is, well, no, okay, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Chester, because he's shaking his head in disagreement, and I like that because I know I ain't the leading authority in this thing, but I'm telling you just how I see it.
Before you gotta have
Yeah,
ethics. You gotta have
yeah,
ethics involved with it too. Like Jay Ferg mentioned it
yeah,
before. You like the stuff that Jay does, where you go to an event and then all of a sudden people are having scheduling their events on the top of your event, right? You know, that's totally unethical. That's wrong. But when
Now
you
wait a
when
minute. Now I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Finish that.
when you say territorialism, you know, when you open a business, a number one mistake a lot of cigar lounges make, especially in this area, is they don't have a business plan. They don't have a
Yeah,
market. They don't do a market survey. So,
yeah.
like, I wouldn't open up a tinder. I wouldn't open up anything near the tinderbox, right?
Not even
You're making
50 miles away.
you're making a mistake. There's so many other places in PG County you could open up a cigar lounge. You do not want to be 2 blocks from the tinderbox, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
that's part of your
mm.
business plan and part of your market survey. You don't see Burger King opening up next to McDonald's. If they do,
Shit.
that's stupid.
Yes, that's it. All day
Yeah,
long.
No, if they do,
yeah,
if they do,
Is their plan?
yeah, that is their plan now.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna
Wendy's
tell
and
you,
McDonald's are
Damn.
set up.
McDonald's is gonna
They've
give it.
already done the
Yeah,
research.
yeah,
But I got
McDonald's is gonna give it their way, and Burger King is gonna say, "Have it your way."
yeah.
okay,
So,
Right.
I
It
use
is
a
the
bad
same way.
example.
mm,
Both of them are big, huge companies. So I use a bad example. I'm saying if you're going into the
right,
cigar business, not
right.
established, you don't open up in a territory where somebody else has been there that has an established brand and all that. Number three is inventory. If your inventory is about as big as your inventory at somebody else's house, where you don't have the selection of cigars, you don't have the sponsors, and you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to stay in business long because
Right.
you got to have sponsors to be able to help you push their brands and be able to have a business. So it takes a lot of money up front to be able to be competitive in the cigar, depending on what type of cigar lounge. Because you got executive cigar lounges, you got they got the one forgot the name of it. Is you pay a $5,000 entry fee, and you pay $100 a
Mm,
month. In
mm.
Alexandria, the one in
Oh yeah,
Alexandria, above
yeah,
the
yeah.
restaurant.
The private. That's a private lounge there.
Yeah. So you got to figure out
Yeah.
when you do a business like that, you got to figure out, okay, what kind of lounge? That's part of their business plan. What kind of the lounge? You go to Tampa, you go to Ybor City, they got ones in there that serve coffee, different types of coffee, gourmet coffee. Sit in there.
Mm,
They're not serving liquor. They only serve coffee. So
mm.
they got they got a smaller selection of cigars. Some of them have a large selection. So it just depends on what owners are trying to do when they open up the cigar lounge. I'm done. I
Yeah,
just wanted to say that.
and
I
I
agree
got
with that, but I mean, for the most part, the business model has to be strong enough to sustain. It has to be
there.
established
You
foremost, because you open up a business. Unfortunately, you have to think outside the parameters of your locale. You just can't think local if you want your business to sustain. When you think about the people that's supporting you, lead up to open up the lounge, they're going to be there to the beginning. But once you put those rules in place on behalf of your business, a lot of people are going to be shaking their heads, going the other way, because I hate to tell you, like, but the obvious is like with our own Black cigar culture, a lot of them, they frown upon, the economics of it. When it comes down to the inventory, you're trying to put in the right amount of inventory, the right amount of quality inventory, and a lot of people, they can't afford it. You know what I mean? And and they frown upon that. Even when it comes down to different concessions about ice, water, and stuff like that. Cigar thing of that magnitude, and it varies from city to city. Florida is entirely different from Illinois. Illinois, we got so much red tape, we got to pretty much tiptoe around the rules and regulations in order for certain cigar lounges to sustain. Even when it comes down to you see certain cigar lounges in Florida, it's in strip malls and stuff like that. Back here in Chicago, it has to be a standalone building. And you know how hard that is to find up here? It is extremely difficult. And then you have to deal with the municipalities in that city. You know what I mean? Right. We got a lot up here. So a lot of red tape. Then you got to deal with the quality of the patrons that come to your establishment. And I understand that, at certain points when we have, different patrons that come in, you want to look out for them. You want, give them the experience and things of that magnitude. But every once in a while, we have that same conglomerate that want to take advantage of it. And in the interim, it's going to cost us money to sustain that because, again, with them, they understand what their pockets are, but we have to understand what our pockets are. My mantra's always been, I'm responsible for my price. I'm responsible for your budget, especially when it comes down to business.
There you go.
Yeah,
well said.
You get a lot of these lounges that open up, like y'all said, too close. Number one, but they also, if you don't have your own accounts and you're buying from a wholesale person, that means your prices are going to be off. Now, the problem with that is if you're too close to another lounge, now you're competing by price. People are going to come because it's new. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those lounges that do that are don't have the accounts for Fuente and Padron and all of those, they ended up buying from someone else, having to up the price a little bit more than what's normal. And then everybody complains about buying cigars there. So what they do is try and find ways around it. And eventually, when they realize they can't get around it, they go back to the original lounge that, where the prices are regular. And and those parties ain't gonna make it.
No, they ain't gonna make
because
it.
Because those that party lounge scene is fluid. It ebbs and flows. It all depends on what pops up new. And the real cigar smokers don't want to sit around and yell to get a conversation going.
Are we doing the first degree?
Right. First degree?
Yeah. Ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows. Ebbs and flows. 24 hours twice.
But what Chester said, it attests to what LB just said, and that was people, they open up without a business plan. And whenever you do a business plan, there's 13 intricacies to a business plan, and market analysis is one of them. Exactly. So you have to know your market analysis, and you have to do that. And you have to know exactly, let's take accounts. First of all, you Arturo Fuente, they ain't opening up no new accounts. LFD, they ain't opening up no new accounts. Padron, you ain't opening up no new account unless you get $50,000 in inventory. I mean, there's some ways around that now. And that's about who you know. So people don't do the proper research when it comes to just open up. If you just want to stamp and put your name on a cigar lounge and say, "Hey, I'm opening up and I got a cigar lounge," you know what? That ain't gonna do it.
Not at all.
You might last 6 months.
No, yeah, you may last a year. You may last a year and a half. I can tell you now.
Maybe a dogfish.
What was that, Jay?
No, I was talking to the waitress.
Oh, she gonna kick your butt. So
somebody gonna get cut.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Hey, Rob, I'll give you an example, Chris. I'll give you an example. I went to I ain't gonna say the name of the lounge. I went to a lounge in Huntsville, Alabama, right? It It was this. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but I went, and you go in there. You go in this nice little small spot, and I had nice big leather chairs in there and everything. And it's called it says it's a cigar lounge. You go in there.
Yeah.
Inventory is real small. I ain't gonna say the name of it. Like I said, you sit down in the leather chairs, light a cigar, and then I had this waitress come up to me and say, "Oh, you can't smoke out here. You got to smoke outside." I was like, "Huh? It says cigar lounge right there on the sign, and you're telling me I got to go outside?" So I went outside. They had these plastic chairs outside with these picnic tables, and this is in Huntsville, Alabama. So a lot of y'all probably been to it because they had the Love in Huntsville. What's that show that's on TV? But they got literally picnic tables and plastic seats. So you go outside, you have to literally smoke cigars outside in the hot sun, not inside the cigar lounge. And then people out there smoking cigarettes or whatever. And you know,
but why is this?
Black and Mild.
Get to the why. Get to the why. Why can't you smoke inside?
That was the last time I went in there. I was in there for literally one cigar, and I said I'll never go back there again. And I go to Huntsville all the time for work, but I said I'll never go back there again. I
get that,
but it's you know, you go to a lot of different cigar lounges, and it's like that. It just depends on the body. It's like, you know.
Got it. I get it, man. Well, look here, we done took enough time on that, and we just wanted to make sure we get a couple things, all cigars in, and, you know, protocols and etc. But the reason why we're here today is we come to talk about all things Chicago. And no other person than to talk about that is my man, the proprietor, the man that is the host with the most, and that would be my man, Stoney Gillespie. And he is the man that is spearheading Chicago Cigar Week. And he has on, I'm going to let him let you know who he has on. And so Stoney, man, we just looking to hear some great things about what's going on. Man, you got to give us a rundown of day one all the way to closing, my brother. And let's talk about it, see what we got going on, and encourage people to get to Chicago for Chicago Cigar Week. Come on, Stoney, it's all on you.
No doubt, no doubt. First, I want to introduce him that may not know is my partner, ALB, one of the co-founders of Chicago Cigar Week over here at the Polo. And my brother Mario Star, he's been with us since day one over there getting Chicago Cigar Week together. So, man, we're a strong team over here. We got things going. This is year 3 for us, and we're excited about getting things going, man. So we're coming up a little bit more, actually 1 week and 1 day away. So we're 8 days away. So we're right around the corner from it.
So,
man, go ahead, y'all.
No, well, look, I want to do this uninterrupted. I don't even look. Y'all got the floor. Y'all, Stoney, you hosting this one right now, so it's all on
Mario, you about to say something, brother?
Yeah, I told LB I like his polo.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
All right. Let's go back to business.
All right. Well, first off, again, like I said, we're gonna be starting Chicago Cigar Week. We're gonna start off July 17th and 21st. Our kickoff event is going to be at Casa de Pearls. Their new location is in Maywood. Last year we did the finale there. This year we opened it up doing the kickoff there. We got our owner Greg. Greg, he's a great guy. Greg Walker. He's rolled out the red carpet. The village has got things in place for us. It's blocking off streets. So they're gonna get us a real nice setup out there. So we're excited about that. We're gonna have a little kickoff, a little energy over there. 708 Cigars is gonna be powering our event. They're gonna have cigar specials going on there on that Wednesday to kickoff. It's going to be hosted by some Chicago smoke groups. We're going to get those together and talk about those real soon. But, man, we're just excited about everything coming up. So if we're going to go through the rest of it, I'm going to start going little by little. That's Wednesday. Thursday morning, we're going to do a golf outing, which is going to be at Odyssey Golf Clubhouse, and that's going to be out in Tinley Park. That's going to be a real dope experience. Beautiful course, 18-hole course. Later that evening, we're going to go down and let some people experience some Chicago house music. That's something we're known for over here. So we're going to be down at Pier 31. A lot of people that came out last year had a ball. They had a great time. So we want to go back and do that again. So we're excited about that. And after that, we're actually going to finish up later on that evening. Go ahead, brother.
I got to interrupt you for it. Now, are you playing golf?
No, sir. Not that. Them golf days been over with. Ever since I ruptured this quad, I ain't been on the course. So it's going to be a minute before I get back out there, man.
I'm a good caddy. I caddy. I ain't playing, but I'll be a caddy now.
So,
I see you,
any of
RG.
y'all
What's
brothers,
good, brother?
yeah.
Yeah, RG from
So,
Miami. He was down here with us last year. I just saw him chime in. What's good, brother? My old Miami family. What's happening?
mhm.
No doubt. So since I won't be golfing, but I will be spectating. So we'll leave it on that level.
All
So
right.
like I said, after we come back from Pier 31 Experiencing the House Music, they got a house music summer series they do every Thursday down there on Pier 31. So it's a dope vibe. They got a deck down there that's black owned by Nikki Hayes. We're excited about going down there. We're right off the beach, right off the lakefront. So you got the skyline behind you. You got the park. We got all the boats. We're going to be getting out on the water. So yes, it's going to be a great thing. And that Friday night, we're going to end up at my brother LB's home lounge, EL's Eduardo Limon's. We're gonna have a real nice session over there. We're gonna have Smoke Squad's gonna be hosting everything over there. It's gonna be a real nice event, man. So we're excited about that. Going back next to the Friday morning event, well, Friday afternoon, I should say. We're gonna do our VIP exclusive event. That's gonna be a cigars, coffee, and tea experience. So we're gonna do a pairing there. Last year we did a wine and whiskey pairing with the cigars. This year we're gonna do a coffee and tea pairing. That's going to be facilitated by Roma and Cigardo Cigars and Coffee. Really excited about that. Natalie's coming up from Canada. She'll be doing the coffee portion of it, and Taj will be doing the tea portion of it. So really excited about that. That's going to be at a brand new lounge here. It's called the Embassy. It's in Flossmoor. Really dope. It's a members only lounge, but it's really nice, really exclusive lounge. So I think people are really going to like that. We move up a little later that evening. We're going to be at Pinstripes in Oak Brook. That's going to be a rooftop. We're going to have a nice fire pit out there. We have indoor and outdoor. We're going to have a live band. We're going to have my girl Simply Danielle. She's going to be doing her thing. She's an amazing vocalist. When I say amazing, yeah, she's a powerhouse. So she's going to be doing that with her live band. We're going to have our guy DJ Squirrel, DJ Rock, and of course the legend Hula Mahone. We can't wait to have him out there. So he's going to be doing this thing there. And then later on that night, at the end, we're going to have our Midnight Burn. Shout out to J Ferg, Midnight Burn. We're going to have our guy Kev from Tampa, Conscious Cigars. Kev's going to be in there with him and Kia. They're going to be doing a cutting light there at White Smoke and Ash. My guy Don White in Passion White's Cigar Lounge in Crest Hill. So we got a real nice setup over there going for that Friday. That's going to be real dope. We're going to have everything in place to just have a great time. And then we go right back to the following day. We're going to be out there Saturday at the park. Everything's going to be relaxed. We're going to be repping your city, repping your brand, Divine Nine, all your lounges, every business, cities, and everything. We're going to be having a real nice time out there in the park. Last year, we had a huge contingency come up from Detroit. I can tell they're going to be back out there in big numbers again. I talked to Christine from Lipsticks and Fingertips, our sponsor, our title sponsor. She said they're going to be out there real deep from Detroit. So we're excited about having them out at the park. And we're going to go back over to Casa de Piros after that to kind of unwind that evening. And then Sunday, on the last day, we're going to start off. We're going to do Cigars, Sundresses, and Comedy event. It's going to be hosted by a comedian, Mojo Brooks. He's a hilarious brother, man. I'm really excited for him. He just came off a tour with Mike Epps, DC Young Fly. Man, it's just a great event. He's going to be out there doing the comedy event portion of it. We're also going to have a stepping performance by the legendary Andre Blackwell. He's going to be out there and show some of the Chicago stepping. So we give him a little bit of house music on Thursday and a little bit of that Chicago stepping on that Sunday. So we got a nice little mix up there. And again, Detroit's going to be down there. I know they're going to be doing, we had the sisters down there doing the event at the Puffin and Pearls Park. And they had a really, really nice step thing. So we're going to invite them out there to do that thing as well. And then, of course, there we go. Sunday at the finale, we're going to be at Platinum Cigar Lounge. And that's going to be in Richmond Park. That's going to be a real dope experience. We're going to have, again, our 708 Cigars, who's powering the event. They're going to be there with a live cigar roller, Bomba. He's just the legend. He's a dope cigar roller. They got the dope cigar brands. We're going to have that. We're going to have live entertainment. Man, it's just going to be a great time overall, man. So we're just really excited about it. We got a full lineup in place for everybody, 5 full days. So, man, just get your tickets. If you don't got them, the VIP is already sold out. So for people to be looking for getting something at the door, you can get that up. So it's a few general admission tickets left, but outside of that, that's pretty much where we are, man. So that's pretty much it in the rundown.
Man,
and I need coffee after that one.
First of all, you ran through that unscripted, all in your head. That's a man that got a well thought out plan. And that's what I'm talking about, because that lets me know that there won't be no hiccups to this. There won't be no nothing. It's kind of like how Jay Ferg does business. Glad you gave a shout out to him, because in my book, in my mind, in my experience, I've been dealing with brother here. Jay Ferg is one of the intricate parts of when I say the innovators of basically one of the I'll say his association with Black Spoke now doing his own thing. J Ferg, what you got
Four
to add
pounds.
with that, man? Yeah, man, because it sounds like he got everything together, brother.
Now,
J Ferg,
Yo, I mean, look,
yeah,
the man definitely ran through it like he know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think Stoney's been to enough cigar events to kind of see the good, the bad, the ugly, and he kind of like,
mm-hmm.
he did it the smart way. He did his research and he traveled and he went to a lot of different events and he saw what was going on and he picked, he handpicked, different little components to add to his joint. And I think overall, I haven't made it up to Chicago yet. Unfortunately, it falls on a weekend, on a week that I always have an event going on. But hopefully at some point schedules kind of change up a little bit and I can make it out there.
Yeah,
But that's definitely hats off to him for being on top of his stuff and taking notes and putting it all together. He took my midnight burn, but it's all good. That's my brother. He can take that. Amen. People, I
shout out, shout out.
amen. People, amen. People like
Respect,
many people like. I'm gonna let him get away with that, but that's my guy. So I'm like, fuck it, run that.
respect, respect.
So,
Since we kicking off at midnight, you got to call it midnight. That's respect to you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
hey, well, most people don't give a shout out and won't give a shout out to what it is, and I'm glad that we can come together, collaborate together. One of the reasons why I've been rocking with J Ferg, got to rock with him. He's an original with the Smoking Jacket broadcast, and he said, man, we're gonna do this, let's do it, and he been sticking with it and doing this thing, man. And when I thought about additions, I said, you know what, man, I met you at Destination Herf, man, and you came, you made your rounds, and that's what I like about it, because I remember and I recall J Ferg making the rounds. J Ferg came to the DMV when I was at Petworth, making his rounds, doing his thing, promoting and doing his thing, and he still does that today. I'm sure and I'm positive, the closer we get to Destination Herf, he's going to be making more rounds and etc. And I'm going to make some of them with him. And so because we, on the Destination Herf team, man, we're going to make this, thing, work and, more powerful. And, we
Yeah.
just
And if I can just add this real quick, say so. I see it's like it's a little distorted, but a big shout out to the bros over there. Like I said, Jay and I got T. And I see RG online, like I said, when they started off Black Smoke Miami, that pretty much was like the beginning of what you call the Cigar Week boom. Even Atlanta Cigar Week, when they got those things started, those like the forefathers. So at the end of the day, man, much respect to y'all. We appreciate it. Jay, I was down there from year one, down there rocking with him and coming back year after year, coming down with him Destination Herb. So, man, much respect to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Well, so just give us a little backdrop. I know you got Stogie Life on. I know you got LB on, and I know this definitely. And I always say, because I never met Stogie Life or LB. So these are partners in Chicago Cigar Week, and because
Yes,
always the only
yes,
Tony. Now I can say, hey, the team. We got the team together, and so
yes, sir.
so,
Yes, sir.
so like, what's your expectation coming into year 3, man? With Chicago Cigar Week.
We looking to get past that 3 years. We're looking to get the growth. So right now we're seeing that, we're experiencing that, because this is the first time we've ever sold out our VIP. So that's a shout out to all our people and our supporters come back and recognizing what we're trying to do and what we're trying to provide them with the experience here in Chicago. Like I said, LB, he knows from the very first day we all sat down at a round table. Like I said, we were the co-founders of Chicago Cigar Week, and we were kind of put together as a group, and we didn't really necessarily have a full-fledged plan. So some stayed, some didn't, but at the end of the day, we decided, we was going to push through and make things happen, and that's where we are, and that's where we're at year 3 now. So, like I said, Mario got on board, and actually, I talked to Mario down at Destination Herb with Jaden in year 1 to try to get him involved. So he really came on and gave us a tremendous boost and gave us a lot of help and support. And man, been rocking with us ever since. So man, I'm excited, man. So I've talked enough, so I'm going ahead and turn it over to them brothers.
Go ahead, Stoke. I'll close out.
The priest give the benediction.
Yeah, just to piggyback from what Stoney was talking about. We had a conversation when it came down to Chicago Cigar Week, because to his point, We looked at the Black Smoke Miamis. We looked at the Atlanta Cigar Weeks, and we knew that the time was going to come when it came down to Chicago having some solid representation. And that's something that we all, if I could speak on behalf of all of us, that it was very passionate for us to just step up and do something and provide a certain level of experience to just do our contribution to the cigar culture. And just let everybody know, like, if you go to Houston Cigar Week, you get a different level of experience from them. You get a different level of experience from Black Smoke Miami. You get a different level of experience from Atlanta Cigar Week. So it was very important for us to put our niche in it and give them, to the Chicago Cigar Week experience, because a lot of people don't know, as far as our experience is concerned, as far as what we do on a day-to-day when it comes down to celebrating our culture up here. Just like we have to have an equal understanding about how other cities do it. We can't pretty much mimic what everyone else do. It's more or less complementing what everyone else do. So that's how the whole culture grows as a whole.
Well said, sir.
Well, Stogie,
And listen,
Stogie life is an engine unto itself.
No doubt.
So, I personally know you've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So I know this is 10. First of all, let's just talk about the hierarchy of how you structured your branding and your business that would even lend itself, regardless of, what elements may or may not be like, another cities. Each city is unto itself its own, so it's going to be inherently different. But for those that are not familiar with you in the cigar culture, that may not be in the Midwest, talk about how you brought what you've been in a decade.
Yeah, been a decade.
And, so
we've been strong, 10 years in the game. So yeah.
So just talk a little bit about what you pulled from your own experience. You had a beverage, you've got merch, you've got list of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And Cheryl, just to kind of pick back before Mario gets on, because he's a little modest. Like I said, this is the 10th year. He's celebrating over 200 events. We did that last year in Dallas, which we're proud to be a part of. And like I said, the brothers, he's one of the godfathers, one of the originators, along with brother AJ, Adam Jackson, LB. Like I said, these are the godfathers here in Chicago. So I'm just super excited to be working with these brothers. Again, what they mean to Chicago cigar culture and everything in the industry, it's just a lot of love there. So I'm sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, that's fine. And then even when it comes down to like individuals, like with Jay Ferg, for instance, on what he did as far as being the engine. I've always told him this, as far as him being the engine behind how Black Smoke Miami was being constructed. Like, I'm the type of person where, with the events that I've done in the past and currently, I always look at the beyond the surface, and I always look at things that's trying to, people that's trying to, pretty much put together a quality event, making sure people are aware on what direction that the culture is trying to, steer forward. And being 10 years in the game, a lot has changed from the time that I started to where it is right now. And I've always said that where, we have a long ways to go, but we're on the right path. We just got to get more in tune with, staying the course and doing what we need to do. Talking about what Cheryl just I started in 2014, and my first event, I started in almost 4 inches of snow outside, and it was the Stogie Stilettos event. And it kind of blew my mind to where I seen people actually attend my events in stilettos in 3-4 inches of snow. And the support has been, magnificent. And then over the years, I want to do a little bit more as far as like extending the brand to other cities and other cultures, because when I go beyond and go abroad from my locale, and I host these events and I see people, networking, gathering together, creating relationships, creating business partnerships and stuff like that. That's something I take pride in. So that's why I continue on doing it to this day. And I always try to do things to to evolve that so we can keep the ball rolling in that aspect, like with this platform right here, and then with with LB and Stoney bringing me along with Chicago Cigar Week. I love to be the person that plays the back, because again, I don't envy the stress that's behind it, but I understand, and that's why I try to come on board and try to complement that, because if you have somebody that understands what's at stake and what the ultimate goal is, you're only as good as the company you keep. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand that. And for me, it's an honor, it's a pleasure to work alongside these guys to make things like that happen. And like I said again, like when it comes down to people like Jay Ferg does the events every year. You know what I mean? The experience level is, and the understanding has been created on where we're trying to go as a culture. And again, a lot of people don't understand that, but we can't hang our hats on that. You know what I mean? We got to keep on pushing, and hopefully we'll be able to turn a bigger corner, because again, it's only more greatness that's going to come with this.
Mm-hmm. You know what says a lot about the success of you all have been and the growth is the sponsorships that you all have been developing over the years. When you see an event that has sponsors that are willing to get engaged, that means they see something where they can benefit from too. And that makes that event even better. That makes people, I mean, I know this year is going to be off the hook, and next year everybody's going to want to go, because you now have these sponsors who see the same vision. Mm-hmm. They see something in that event where they're willing or they need to get engaged. They're like, oh, we need to be at this one, because they know what you got to bring. And so, again, hats off to you, brothers, and whoever else, the ladies, whoever involved, because I'm watching the page, and although I won't make it, I'm looking at the page and I'm seeing you all post a different sponsors each time. Hey, we've now added, and each time I'm going, damn it, I need to be there. Damn it. So next year, yeah. Hats off to you, brothers, because that, for me, as a attendee, I look at those things. That now tells me what the event, how big this event is really going to be, and how engaged it's going to be when you see sponsors getting engaged and wanting to be involved. Mm-hmm. So good job.
As well, bro. We appreciate that. And like I said, man, big shout out to all our sponsors, our vendors. Man, like I said, we've grown from, I remember looking at the banner because we were trying to get the banner created just the other day with our graphic artists. And I look at how many sponsors on the year one on the banner and how it is this year. We having to move to a bigger banner because we don't have space for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a lot of love. We got some heavy hitters in there. We got a lot of people I really respecting the cigar game industry. I mean, like I said, we just got so many different great sponsors, and shout out to all of them. It'll take me too long to name because I mean, we probably got over 40 or 50 sponsors altogether. All of it's not monetary. So a lot of people think it's just that, but sometimes it's products, sometimes it's just more so placement. It's about trust. It's about everything across the board, and we appreciate that because then they're showing that they rock with us, and we're very appreciative of that.
Yes, true.
Yes, absolutely. House, you got anything to add to any of this? House, you on mute, man. You on mute.
What the brother's talking about, and that's the foundation of any good business, is when you have the sponsorship, you got the vision, you got all the things you guys are speaking about is how you grow that business and that brand. And I salute all y'all. Y'all doing a great job. Y'all are doing the thing, doing it.
Appreciate it, bro.
And the thing with Stoney, which actually had, because beforehand I didn't know that he pretty much had took the reins of control when it came down to Chicago Cigar Week. But I understood the mission. And with me, I'm passionate about everything that I do when it comes down to the Black cigar culture and the progression of that. So when I got a chance to get more familiar with Stoney's direction, it became pretty much like, whatever this guy got going on, and it was authentic. I said, you know what, I could be attached to that because I think the same way. And Stoney, he cares. You know what I mean? He cares about the direction. He cares about putting together a quality product. And again, doing certain events like this, it's not for the weak. You know what I mean? And you got to be willing to take the bitter with the sweet. A lot of sweat equity gets put behind it, and when it comes down to the growth of it, I'm very confident, especially when it comes down to Chicago Cigar Week, as far as the growth and the direction where it's headed right now. And like I said, again, I get Stoney his flowers right now when it comes down to that, because again, it takes a certain person of a certain magnitude to take on this level of responsibility, especially something where you represent, the city. You know what I mean? It's not nothing light. You're representing the city and you're putting on for your city. I'm very anal when it comes down to that pause, but when it comes down to that, I understand.
No Diddy, right?
Yeah, I ain't catch me on this one. I completely understand that. And like I said, again, shout out to Stoney. Like I said, again, shout out to LB, because LB is extremely knowledgeable in the business, not from just a community standpoint, but also from an industry standpoint. Especially when it comes down to that, because I can relate in both aspects, and that's why we complement each other so well when it comes down to it, because we have an equal understanding and we wear many hats when it comes down to our own branding as well.
Well, it looks like we got Miss Nicole Townsend on. It sounds like one of them Detroit folks, because we got the what up though. So what's up?
You already know. What's up, Hollywood?
What's up?
All right, and we got.
She'll be up here representing. She's also gonna be selling her products. So good stuff.
Anthony Washington, all right, Mr. Worldwide Traveler, Mr. International. We got Mr. Anthony Washington on. Bless you, man. Hey, we appreciate you.
Your tea tasting. I met that sister in an entirely different platform that's huge on Facebook, and I know we several broadcasts ago, V, who's not here tonight, and I were talking about tea pairing. So I am super excited that you got a chance to link with her and put that out as an alternative for those of us who do not drink coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be good, because there's infinitely many teas that will be great pairing. So I hate I'm going to miss that. But.
And why you speaking on that? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt there real quick. I always do that. But shout out to Sister Leaf Global Movement, Lefty and Dr. Anastasia. They on point. They created some of these relationships and opened up the doors for us to communicate along those lines. So like I said, last year when we did the wine and whiskey pairing, this year we want to do something a little bit different. So I sat down and talked to them a little bit about what made sense to try to do something, because I want to keep it new and try to do something fresh. So when they came up with the whole concept of coffee and tea, this made total sense. We got a chance to connect. We did a Zoom call the other day. So I'm really excited what they have in plan for us. So it's really dope. I'm excited about it.
And that's a very hard pairing right there with teas. And one of the originators is that you have to go back to the Indian days, where they literally actually smoked and drink tea. If you go back to some of the history of cigars, but I gotta turn this over to my man LB, because he's been kind of quiet back there in the background. I see Stogie Life. He kind of beat up there. It sounds like Stoney got a little bass up in there now. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet all you guys, the ones I don't know, and I'm thankful for the platform. Just as Mario said, you got to surround yourself with people that have a vision, are at least willing to adhere to your vision and work with you. So I've been fortunate enough to be in the forefront of this business from all aspects. I'm a brand rep. Used to own a cigar lounge. I'm a cigar broker, and I have a business aspect. So this is basically, I'm in the trenches every day, smoke cigars with my people. And anything I can do to enlighten the community and help this leaf grow and people understand it, and basically, I'm proud to do, because this leaf has brought all of us together. If it wasn't for the leaf, we wouldn't be talking right now. So as long as you respect the leaf, I respect you. That's simple.
That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother thing, a whole nother show. Respecting the leaf, man. There's a lot that comes with this leaf.
That'd be a nice show.
It really would be a nice show. And, because we've taken it to a whole different level. We put our own niche into it, but still, at the end of the day, This thing right here is designed to bring, different cultures together, networking, business gets done, and, et cetera. And so, we appreciate, well, matter of fact, it speaks to even what Stogie Life was saying. And we throw that term out there so loosely, culture. What exactly is this culture? And I don't even think you can put a definition on it because people are gonna make it what it is, and some people will make it what it ain't. You know? And so, while we use that term culture, if we really wanted to involve ourselves solidly in the culture, we would do a lot of things differently because we've taken something that has been so sacred, and I honestly look at this, to me, for me, it's sacred because it's my sanctity, it's my peace. I take it almost like riding my motorcycle. When I just having a bad day, I can jump on that thing. That's my life behind bars right there, getting on my bike. And the other thing, and my other devices, getting on here are my other devices. Just lighting up a cigar, coming out here, smoke, chill, pour whatever libation I'm gonna drink, and let my troubles just well away. And yeah, it's what respect can we put on this leaf that brings back the sanctity of bringing people together to smoke this thing, and to get down to business and how business get done, and to promote it in such a way that everything is not always annotated with DJs, parties, and this, that, and the other. And it's great to have that because it brings a little balance to what we do. And so, and that's why I respect Destination Her so much, because it becomes an education piece as well as, I mean, we had so much going on at Destination Her, and that's why I'm looking forward to doing live shows there, because what we did at Destination Her, man, we had some epic vendors on talking about things that they bring to the table. New cigar vendors, one that Cheryl held there too. I let her run that show, and I can't even think of the brother's name. Cheryl, who is that you had out there? The cigars and we the
I did an interview with Tabacalera Caballero, and I did an interview with Apostate Cigars,
Apostate. There you
all
go.
the way from Salt Lake City.
Yeah, yeah.
And dope brand. Just the name behind it, the concept. Tabacalera Caballero, lovely man. We had a little bit of an English barrier, but
Yeah.
we got through the interview. His humbleness spoke a lot for him. And one thing that we kind of touched on that was in a conversation on yesterday, and shout out to Monica Starks that owns Stanley Cigars in Atlanta, and John from Groovy Blues, because he still owns that brand. One of the things that came up in a conversation was authenticity.
Mm.
And I think that in looking at some of the conversation that has gone on in the last 48 hours, when you talk about the boom of businesses opening, uh, brands beginning to flourish, and so forth, just to the panel at large, when you're putting on these types of events, um, the support that you get from your local municipalities would speak a lot to that. But LB, Mario, Stoney, can you just talk a little bit about what that means to you guys in terms of putting this on in comparison to other events? A lot of the conversation yesterday was centered around really asking the consumer, what is it that you want out of a lounge? And a lot of patrons are saying they're not really feeling the party aspect. And you guys have cultivated a blend of something for everyone that is not only just a part of your culture, but that would give something for those who want a little bit of that, but then also want to meet the brands, talk about the cigars with some of the vendors and so forth. So, can you talk a little bit about the mindset of the thought process behind
Okay.
the authenticity behind what you're doing?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Well, part of the background noise is starting to rain a little bit out here, so I apologize if y'all hearing that rain in the background. But I'm outside smoking, so I apologize. But one thing about Chicago that's kind of unique, again, versus some of the cities I've been to many different cigar events around the country, and especially in the South, they have a lot more freedom to do what they do. Here, we have to be a lot more creative with our itinerary, our venues, and so forth. We don't have the ability. We don't have any lounge here, unless it's a private lounge. Even then, they don't allow you to have a liquor license. So you may be able to do a BYOB, and even that, you still have to obtain a BYOB license as well. So that's one aspect that gives us challenges. So for the most part, you have to find a private lounge or a private event just to be able to get your space, because you're just limited. If we're not a lounge, we really can't smoke anywhere else. So that's one aspect as far as the challenges, but also to factor in, we do want to provide an experience. That's one of the things we try to do with Chicago Cigar Week. We partnered up with Cigar Rights of America. We want to talk about cigar education. Of course, like I said, we're doing the parent aspect of it. We have Monique from last year from Detroit that came up and gave a great portion of cigar education. So we really want to have that balance where it's not just about being in the lounge and turn up. We want to meet these brand owners. We want to learn more about their cigars, their background, the lineage, everything behind it. So for us, it's about that balance.
I agree with that when it comes down to the balance, and just what Stoney said, that we have to be a little bit more creative, because like I stated earlier, there's a lot of red tape around what we're able to do. So it has to force our hand a little bit to, like, okay, let's do this, let's implement this. And like I said, I was the owner of 2 brick and mortars, and when it comes down to that, you know, it's you got to really be a good gauge of the dynamics of your consumer. It all depends on, you know, who you have that's coming in to patronize your establishment or whatever. Because when I owned my brick and mortars, I did certain things within the week that just was like a little bit more on a calmer aspect, where, you know, people just want to come in, work, you know, smoke, relax, listen to some smooth jazz, something like that from a playlist. And then when it comes down to the weekend, people want to unwind a little bit more, and people want to go to, you know, places where, you know, they're able to, you know, have that release and things of that magnitude. So a lot of things we have to take in consideration, and we have to walk a fine line with in order for us to sustain and pretty much give the consumer what they want. Because again, you have certain people, like with Chicago. Chicago has a very definitive nightlife, and you got certain places where we're able to provide that they're not able to experience in other places. You got a lot of people that may not be able to travel, spend the money for stuff like that. So you want to try to create that dynamic to give them something like that here.
It's good stuff.
So basically, it's creating a vibe. That I'm making something. Just creating a vibe. Listen to your people, see what they want, and just try new things. And Stoke, you just got to try new things. But you also just got to remember the age barriers, the age groups, and, you know, what you're trying to do. You do those things, everything else kind of simply falls in place.
Right.
All right, that sounds good. Well, okay, I can tell you from my perspective, we're looking definitely forward to getting down to Chicago. Got some of my DMV folks coming, and we're looking to vibe and have a good time. Shout out to the Smoke and Mirrors group that's coming down. So we appreciate that. I tell you, I'm equally excited about this as I am about Destination Herf, because right after we get through this, then it's all roads that lead to Miami with Destination Herf 2025. And man, I tell you, when we get to that point and, you know, start walking and traveling down that road, man, we got some things for you, and we looking forward to that. J Ferg, just give us an update on some of the things going on with Destination Herf, man.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that changed this year is that we're adding the golf tournament. We're adding the golf tournament on Friday morning. So rather than doing the rooftop party that we normally do, we're gonna be doing the golf. We're gonna be doing the golf tournament, but we're taking the same party that we did on the rooftop, and we're gonna move it to the golf course. So we're gonna put up a big, 20 by 40 tent. We're gonna have the food, the music, drinks, and everything up under the big tent. For those that don't want to play golf, they can still come out to the golf course and have a party like we did on the rooftop. We're just gonna do it at the golf course. Doing the golf tournament. We're gonna do, so pretty much we're gonna keep the same concept intact. The beach day, we added a car show, so now it's gonna be, Destination Herb Fest / car show. So we got a bunch of old schools and new school cars coming out there. We're gonna put up a stage this year with live entertainment and everything. So it should be cool. Like I said, we just gonna keep doing what we do, man. Try to create an experience that, 'cause my biggest thing is always, I don't want you to do the same thing you can do at home any other weekend. You know what I'm saying? I try to create something to where, number one, you feel like you got value for your money, and you're not doing the same thing that you can do any given weekend in your home city in terms of like, just, whatever that is. You know what I mean? I want you to have an experience that's different and give you value for your money, so you walk away feeling like you didn't get robbed, or walk away scratching your head like, what did I just pay for? That's like my biggest thing. We're still gonna do the open bar all weekend. We're still gonna have food for everybody. We're gonna have seating for everybody. So that's our whole thing, man. Is just creating the experience and giving you value. Those are two main components.
Hey,
one
Jay,
of the great things about
I got a bunch of newbies texting me, Jay. New cigar smokers texting me. They're asking about the date for Destination Herb. So if you speak on the dates, that would help a lot of people out.
So it's MLK weekend, January 16th through the 19th, Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah. And getting back to that rooftop, Jay, that wasn't just a party, brother. That was a whole networking vibe. It was solid. Things got.
I think especially for our sponsor that event, Casa Degli, for them coming all the way from Eastern Europe and launching their brand in the United States, I think it was a great opportunity for them. And that's kind of like, for me, what it's all about. When I have a sponsor come on board, I want them to have ROI on their investment. You know what I'm saying? And for them, every time I talk to them, that's their biggest thing. Is like, yo, we came to your event, but because of the connections, and not only that, I think with a lot of sponsors and vendors sometimes too, I think they get it twisted because they don't work. They feel like just showing up at an event is good enough, but Casa Degli, they work the room.
Yes, they did.
And they talk to everybody.
Shout out to Jeremy. Jeremy was phenomenal.
They've picked up numerous accounts just because of the people that they interacted with at Destination Herb. Like literally, there's a lounge not too far from where I'm at right now where they actually sponsored the lounge, and they got like a whole wall that's just Casa Degli, because that's, again, they met them at Destination Herb, they networked, they connected, and that's what it's all about. It's like, for the sponsors, you got to give them a position to build, so they can say, yeah, this was worth the investment because we walked away with this value from it. So that's always my thing, is like creating the value, not just for the consumers, but also for my sponsors. You have to show value.
And one of the things I love, when I got to the airport, remember the brother that I met at the airport and I invited him out? They were there on business. And matter of fact, they were there for golf. And I believe you got his number and connected with him. I'm going to pull his number up, but I'm going to make sure. And
we've hung out a few times already. Like that's my guy. So we talk all the time.
And that was just networking at the airport. Hey, what you here for? Oh, I'm here for cigars and golf. Oh, well, you know what? We got an event. The reason why I'm here at Destination Herb. And certainly he came out. I didn't know Jay Frey would feel some kind of way. I invited the brother. I know we didn't have no more tickets. Jay Frey said, oh, no, don't worry about it. But when he came, it was an immediate connection and now a relationship. And so, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And
absolutely.
And so and so I'm glad you put that connection, Jay. So because I'm sure he will bring other like-minded brothers down to support that government and whatnot. So, yep. So that's good stuff, man. Well, look here, we're not gonna keep everybody too long. Analyst, you got anything to add before we close? And I turn it over to Stoney and crew.
Hate I'm going to miss, but I know that it's going to be successful. You have a great engine behind it. And I'm going to be silently hating. Be silently hating, looking at all the pictures. So I might have to block y'all. But I am going to go live at the Pink Smoke event and support those sisters and what they're endeavoring
And
to
if I
do. So, but much, 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 much success to you. You know,
happen
I
here,
love y'all.
yeah.
Love you, Cheryl. Love you.
And I hate that I'm not going to be able to be down there in Miami because again, that's Miami's like the second home for me. It's like family down there with the pink smoke. You know how I feel about the Wimbleys and everybody down there. I'm a guy, GJ. I know all y'all going to be down there doing your thing. Lashandra, I saw you. You know, 305 Divas, all of them. So I'm excited about that. And congratulations.
All right, outstanding. Look here, Chester, what's up?
Don't have anything, man. Good job to you folks that are putting together that event, and I wish you well, man. I wish I could be there, but I know it's going to be successful. You guys sound like you got your shit together.
There's always next
As
Absolutely,
year.
always,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah.
always.
Jay Ferd.
Look, yeah, like I said, I wish I could be there, but unfortunately, because I do events for a living, so my schedule is always pretty packed throughout the year. But hopefully, at some point, I can make it out there in Chicago. But definitely, much success to you guys. I'll be rooting for you to continue to be successful. Keep pushing
Absolutely.
the envelope, and don't be afraid to don't be afraid to fucking take chances, bro. Like go outside the box with this shit as you grow and as the years go, come up, man. Just
Right.
because you gotta understand, like the thing about the cigar situation right now is so many options out there for people, right? And people are picking and choosing which events they're gonna spend their money on or whatever. So sometimes you gotta push the envelope and think outside the box and like just keep differentiating yourself from everybody else and making it special. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna set you apart and keep you growing and building, bro. So much success to you. Keep pushing, keep going. I got your back, and I know y'all gonna be fine. I ain't worried about it. You got it.
Appreciate it, brother. Great advice, man. I appreciate that.
I just got to say before I turn it over to Tony, shout out to Chicago Cigar Week once again on what I know will be an epic event. Not too late. General admission tickets still left, so if you can make it to Chicago, come on out, support those that are in the Detroit area. Bring all the folks you can bring, and support Stoney and crew for Chicago Cigar Week. Got to give a shout out before I close. Well, you know what? I got to say this because the last show that we had, which was GTO Cigars, man, was one of the most phenomenal shows that we had. That brother Dr. Rodriguez came on, man, and when I tell you he dropped some knowledge, he dropped some knowledge. Didn't expect that, but it was solid. If you get a chance, go back and look at the fourth Tuesday in what was that, May? I'm sorry, June,
June.
and check that show out. Yeah, check that show out. We definitely are looking forward to having him on again. But Stoney, just want to give you and take my hats off to you and Thogi Life and also LB for doing this thing and doing your thing. And we're just looking forward to a great outcome and great epic time, coming up at Chicago Cigar Week. I'll be in Tuesday, as you know, Stoney, so definitely be looking to vibe with you. I know you'll be busy running, so, don't worry about trying to catch up with me. If you can't, I'll catch up with you wherever you at. And whatever I can help you with, I'm going to help you with. You need me to pack some stuff, put some stuff up, I'm there. I ain't doing no heavy lifting, no crap.
That's my job. That's my job. I take my job. Hold on. Yeah, right, Stoney.
And everybody gonna come back tired like they did coming back from a Stogie Life event in Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It took
Love
me
it.
3
Stoney,
days
man,
to go through that.
we're gonna give it and turn it over to you and Stogie Life and LB to close us out, and
Thank you,
we'll be back.
everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are off the chain. Keep
Appreciate
doing what
that,
you're
man.
doing. Keep doing what you're
Again,
doing.
general admission tickets still on sale. So whoever's watching this stream right now, general admission is still on sale. So tap into it.
And drop the website and share your social media platforms where people can find further information.
Yeah, and I'll post it on here after the show, and so people can have access to it again. Yeah, we'll put the link on the show and get everything going, and so people know what's going on. Definitely, Stoney, go ahead and do your thing, man.
Sorry, I was on mute here, but that rain's starting to get a little loud, so I'm actually gonna walk inside real quick. But anyway,
We can barely
shout
hear.
out, just love y'all giving us the opportunity and the platform. Appreciate you, Dr. Sayso. Like I said, the whole crew, I love y'all. At the end of the day, we're really excited about what we got going on for Chicago Cigar Week. Like Mario said, we got a few general admission tickets left, just a handful. So if you're going to get on them, get on them. You can get them on ChicagoCigarWeek.com. Shout out to Dr. I know you just talked about Dr. Rodriguez. I know GTO is going to be represented down there. They're going to be doing actually some of that Thursday night at Eduardo. So we're excited about that. We're going to have my guy Seth from Fat Ass down there doing the cutting light for GTO Cigars. He's one of their reps. Also, LB is one of their reps. So we're really excited about that, man. And just we appreciate y'all. We're really looking forward to everything.
And I think I
Yes,
saw
sir.
Tim from Skybox in the chat. So
Yeah, Skybox in the chat. Those are two military brothers. They are opening up, grand opening a sports lounge that's very cigar friendly in Medellin, Colombia, on the July 26th. July 26th is their grand opening. So if any of the brothers, the sisters, and everybody that goes to Colombia, they got a nice sports cigar lounge that they're opening out there in Medellin. So
Congrats to Skybox.
Tim Williams, he put it in the chat. Just wanted to say that. Got another brother
Yeah.
too that's watching from Howard. He graduated from Howard. He has his own black cigar brand. I'll reach out to Chris separately, and he don't have a problem doing the complimentary thing, so we can review his cigars. So
All right.
you already
All
know
right.
the other issue we had.
Right. Yeah. So we'll work that out, man. We'll work through that. So yeah. So look here, man. Stoney, we appreciate you, man. To those that came on with him, LB and my man Stogie Life. We appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, ain't even had my medicine.
Miller Life.
Miller
Miller
Life.
Life.
Start with my name. Don't start with my name now. It's supposed to
Right,
run
what
through it.
Miller High Life.
Shout out to Miller High Life. Shout out to my girl.
Cause you a stutter.
Shout out to my girl, Fire and Smoke Shirley. Hey, we on the same brand, so hey, it is what it is. So yeah, definitely. Tim, we'll check out
Quick
the
side
email.
note.
Yeah,
Quick side note. Long live the Queen Maduro dropping soon. Just so
yeah.
y'all know.
I
Yeah,
meant to.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
that's gonna be
that's yours, Jay.
No, that's Caldwell's joint. I got to smoke it a couple weeks back, but it's coming soon. So
Yes, sir.
they sent me the press release today, so look out for that
that
coming real
Queen
soon.
sword
Let
is
me know.
everything.
Let
So
me know
I'm
the
looking
website.
forward
I'll
to
buy a
that.
box. Let me know the website. I'll make sure I buy a box.
No doubt.
Outstanding. We know you good for that, brother. We know
Yes,
you
sir.
don't. Yeah. We know you good for that.
I love reviewing people's cigars.
Yeah, so that's good stuff. It's good stuff. Hey, well, look here to all the folks that support the Smoking Jacket broadcast. We thank you. A lot of folks got off, and we looking forward to having you on for our next show, which will be hopefully featuring Lit Torch, who has now made her move and migrated over to Conscious Cigars. And so we're gonna have Kevin on board and talk about what he's doing and his rebranding and the addition to my girl Susie Lit Torch and what she's gonna bring to the company. And so we're definitely looking for that. Shout out to you, Susie. We were texting back and forth, so I know she probably popped on. So we're looking forward. Glad you're back in the industry doing your thing. So I think that'll be a great marriage, and looking forward to what you're going to bring to the table to help conscious move forward. So with that being said, Glenn Hardy, what up, though? Another Detroit man in the house.
Glenn from Glass Manor.
Glass Manor. Hey,
Shout out Detroit, Hurt Boys. What up?
Boy, I don't know how that boy got to smoking them ribs, but that boy can put together a rib. Yeah, man.
Jerk ribs.
Jerk ribs, boy. He is the jerk master. Because I'm gonna tell you, boy, that boy brought a pan of ribs out to an event that we had, and the pan didn't even hit the table. And Chester lost one of his ribs. He lost one of his ribs. I don't know if it flew out his hand or something. I picked it up and ate it. Yeah. I snatched that joker right out of his hand. Woo! Yeah, that thing was good. And didn't even need my teeth. Yeah, they eat them. Yeah, so look, well, that's our show, folks. We thank you for coming on. We thank Chicago Cigar Week for hosting and coming on. This show is sponsored by Chicago Cigar Week, so we thank you. And just remember, at the Chicago Cigar Week, all roads leads to Destination Her 2025.
Respect the leaf.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we gonna come to that show. Respect the leaf. Yeah, so
Like that.
So definitely looking forward.
Respect the leaf.
That
needs to be branded.
Oh yeah.
I'm a stand by.
And look,
my shirt.
I've been working on my due diligence. Talk about and do what we said we're gonna do. To we'll talk about that offline. But anyway, that's our time. That's our time. Look here, we appreciate y'all, and we are signing off.
Names,
Appreciate you guys.
Love